about a subject I call how to destroy the family altar. How to destroy the family altar. Every family wants or have an altar. If I use the word once, it means it have already existed. Maybe somebody stood and destroyed it. You know, most ignorant people think carrying knife and destroying the place, you have destroyed the altar. Now we must find out what is an altar. We must understand what is an altar. Before we talk about what is an altar, we must look the book of Psalm chapter 11 verse 3. Psalm 11 verse 3 says, if the foundation is being destroyed, what can the righteous do? Psalm chapter 11 verse 3, it says, if the foundation is being destroyed, what can the righteous do? We must understand what is altar. What is altar? Altar is a place of transition. Please write it down quickly. What is altar? Altar is a place of transition. Altar is a place of worship. It can be worshiping God. It can be worshiping idols. It can be worshiping spirits. But altar is a place of worship. Now, before you and I was born, our fathers have served altars. Before you and I was born, our fathers has erased altar. And anytime a family altar is erased, everyone that is part of that family is part of that altar. Altar can cry against destiny. Altar can destroy a full generation. Altar can destroy and make a generation to be hopeless. What is altar? Altar is a place of transition. It's a place of worship. So whenever you see an altar, it means somebody is worshiping the altar. There is a good altar and there is an evil altar. Every family have an altar. Before you and I was born, there are some altars that have already been in existence there. That is why we just grow up and you start seeing some funny things just biting you left and right. And you ask, where are they coming from? They are coming from that altar. Every altar always cry for blood. Oh God. You need to understand the mystery of blood. Blood is a deep mystery. Every altar cries for blood. And each time a blood is given to an altar, it makes the altar to be more stronger. That is why you see a witchcraft always cry for blood. The moment he drinks blood, he becomes strong. So which means blood in an altar is a boaster. That is why you see people who have altar, they have no pity for humanity. That's why you see people who have altars, they have no pity for exchange of head. Because that is what the altar deserves. That is what the altar is. Altar is a place of transition or a place of worship. Now, altars operate in diverse ways. Every family altar operates in diverse ways. So you must understand how your altar, the altar in your father's house, how it operates. The altar in your father's house can say, because we are the altar here, nobody will get married. That's the altar. So anyone that wants to get married must come to pour blood. Must come to them and pour blood. Once you pour the blood, they give you a man. Then the rest that say, no, we want to follow Jesus, they will never get married. Like in the area of job, an altar can frustrate you, you will have no job. until you come. That's why you see in the family, you see only one person doing well, and the one that is doing well does not know God. You know genuinely this one is an Ebony man, this one is something. Yes, because he appeals the altar. Then the rest that does not appeal to altar, it comes to frustrate them. So you must understand how the altar in your father's house, how it operates. You cannot destroy a territory if you don't understand how the territory operates. So when you want to destroy your father's altar or the altar in your father's house, you must understand how it operates. That is why God told Abraham, leave this place. If you are in your father's house, the altar in your father's house will fight you, and it will make you not to do my way. There is a man called Gideon. Gideon was a man of God. The Bible called him a man of valor. Gideon was so powerful in strength, but each time Gideon go for battle, he fails. And before Gideon goes, the Bible says he asks God, God, should I go? And God will say go. But when he goes, they will fail. They will fail. And one day he became angry, and God came in the middle of the night to visit him. And the Lord said, Gideon, oh mighty man of valor. And he shouted, God, don't call me that name again. I am a failure. Each time I embark on war, I fail. And the Lord said to him, Gideon, the only thing you have to do is to go back to your father's house and put the altar. Now let me just quickly remind you, altar is your foundation. So that's why God had to remind Gideon about his foundation. Every solid house you see that is standing, there is a foundation holding the house. Once the foundation is being destroyed, what can the house do? It's to be destroyed too. So God reminded Gideon about his what? His foundation. Say foundation. He reminded Gideon about his foundation. And the moment Gideon moved to the foundation and destroyed his father's altar, the Bible says when he went back, he won. So, and a family altar is a foundation that can bring you down. If there is a family altar, you must rise to pull down that altar. If you don't pull down the altar will pull you down. If you don't pull down the family altar, it will pull you down. Let me tell you, the altar in your father's house does not respect how you pray, because it's your foundation. You are on top of it. So the moment it shakes you, you will fall. When they talk about foundation, they're talking about the ground. You know, most people talk about men at the head of the house, right? I come to correct those people that man is the foundation of the house or the marriage, not the head. Man is the foundation of the marriage, not the woman. The woman is not the foundation, it's a man. That is why when you see a married woman, you will always respect her. Why you respect her is because of her husband. And you know that the guy used to gym. You will never ever do, you just respect yourself. So now the foundation is, the altar is a foundation, not at your head. So most people, when they want to destroy the family altar, they start from the head. No, you go to the foundation. That is the problem of some family. Is not coming from the top, it's coming from the foundation. They lay the foundation like that, and it grows up like that. So now if you want to start correcting some certain things in the family, you go back from the foundation. A man came here day before yesterday. That was day before yesterday. And when he came, he just asked me, he said, Pastor, I want to know about my family. Do you know what I asked him? Whose family? Do you have family? You don't have family. He was so embarrassed. Very, very embarrassed. I said, you don't have family. When you talk about family, you should be talking about family that speak one thing, that do one thing, and act on one thing. Your family does not do one thing, they just act on one thing. They don't even agree for anything. So is that one a family? He kept quiet. As I'm asking you, you asked me to tell you about your family. He said no. I said, let me tell you, the problem of your family is not coming from you generation. It's coming from your father. There's some secret he died with. There's some secret he died. He died with that secret. And until that secret is being exposed, is being made manifest, the family cannot rise. Which means the foundation, that the problem is from the foundation. Now the brothers are there trying to put, but they never knew that the problem is rising from the foundation. Some of us, you see, we are fighting every day, we are struggling. Our problem is from our foundation. Our fathers, our mothers that laid that foundation, and they have refused to tell us the truth. Some are even ready to die with the truth. That is just worse. I remember the young man said to me, he said, I remember I asked my father if there is any problem. My father said no. He said no. I asked, he said, are we having problem? He said no. I said, it's a lie. I stand to be corrected. It's a lie. He died with the truth. There is a deity that is buried in the compound, and that's frustrating every man. If you see the man, you will know that poverty has dealt. See, there's a way poverty deal with you. Even you become older than your age. No, you become older than your age, and that is how poverty has dealt with him. Why? From the foundation. So our problem is from the foundation. Do you know the father that gave birth to you? Do you know his altar? Do you know what he does in the middle of the night? Okay, now, what about if you are coming from a polygamous home? Your father is a clean one. What about your mother? Let's say your mother was a clean. What about your stepmother? Is he not part of the family? He's part of the family. So he can raise an altar that can frustrate everybody. You getting something now? So our problem lies from the foundation. So when you want to start tackling your problem, you have to go back to the foundation. You know, some people think that just up. No, your problem is not up, down from the family. Go back from the family. God told Gideon, you have to go back. Go back to your father's house and pull down the altars. And those altar was the altar the father was still alive, and the father was serving the altar, and the altar was against Gideon. There's some altars in our father's house, in our mother's house, that is still raising its ugly head. So you will not be useful. That is why some of us have never experienced what they call favor before. There's something they call favor. When you beg somebody, it's not called favor. It's called beg. When you ask, it's called ask. When you did not ask and you are given, it's called favor. Some of us, nobody have helped us in life. Nobody genuinely have helped us without we asking for help. Everything we do it for ourselves. You buy clothes for yourself, you buy shoes, you feed yourself, you tell yourself you love yourself. I say you just only you. Yes, there is an altar. There's an altar from the foundation where we are all coming from. That is why everybody must be a person of prayer. You cannot beat this foundation if you cannot pray. I laugh, I cry when I see believers who cannot pray. I say, listen, it's better you get out from the way than you are standing on the way of prayer and yet you cannot tarry and pray. Do you know where you're coming from? Do you know your fathers? Some of our fathers was native doctor. Some of our fathers was herbalists. They were herbalists. Not that they say that is what they were doing when they were on earth. They died. And yet we are suffering. You see a Christian struggling. You see a Christian struggling. Why? It's on top. It's on top of the altar. The altar says, you are on top of us. So we control your movement. We control your movement. Some of our mothers was easy. Why? We have to be very sincere. Some of our mothers' mother was they were into witchcraft. Because as of their own era, churches have not spread the way it has spread now. I'm telling you, in our own in their own era, there was nothing like too much. They say if you're even going to church, they're laughing, they're mocking you. Sometimes they come when people are gathering, they scatter it. So do you know which one your mother, your father's fathers they were doing? Do you know the altar they were cultivating? I remember when I was small, this is the same way we bathe, we drink, and we do things from. These are covenants. Some of us, we are victim of these things we don't know. From our maternal home, from our father's home, we are just victim of these things and we don't know. And you just see powers. How can you be sleeping? You are still seeing yourself in the village. Oh, you don't know that that's an altar calling you back. The altar is crying, this is where you belong. Oh God, it's a huge matter. It's something we have to discuss the next day. You just sleep. You see yourself in the village.